Let's take a look at the gameplay for KSB 2B. So the cameras that we have, here's a look at the control room that we're going to go into. We were in the entry. And we are going to go into the control room and select these shapes that are keys to unlock elevators. And these elevators allow us to run along these catwalks and take elevators down to the next catwalk. So we have a series of 4 elevators that we have to unlock with these keys to be able to get down to the lower level. And at the lower level, once we have successfully unlocked the elevators, we're going to stand on this gray platform, and that's the platform for our catapult, and we will have earned some power tubes, and that's going to allow us to hit the B key, as in boy, and that will launch the catapult, and it will throw us over the pit of solvent, and we'll land on the far side. You can see these sections, they're terraced. Section 4 is the upper terrace. That's the one that we want to get to because if we get up that high by earning the most power tubes, then we can collect more energy gems and increase our energy score before we leave the level, and eventually we leave the level by going out this door. So we can take a look at our mini-map here, and we can see that in the upper left we come into KSB 2B and we enter into the control room, and that's where we find these shapes. And then we leave the control room and go out onto the catwalk, and we go down this series of elevators that we have to unlock until we get down to the bottom level. And you can see the pit of solvent that we have to be able to catapult across so that we can successfully exit. And we're trying to earn these energy gems that are over here on the far side. So coming back to the beginning of the level, we can see in the upper right hand corner of the interface here we have some temperature readings, and these temperature readings are showing us the temperatures of our sphere that are the keys that are going to unlock those elevators and allow us to descend through the silo and get out into the bottom area and jump, use the catapult to be catapulted across. So what we need to do is we need to use the key that is going to lose heat the fastest as the key to open the first elevator, and then the key that's going to lose heat the slowest to be the key that activates the final elevator, and in between the second fastest for the second key and the third fastest for the third key. So what we need to know is we need to calculate the surface area of each of these so that we can know at what rate they're going to be losing heat. So how we do this is we have our information here on a board on the left-hand side of the control room here, and it shows us the dimensions for each of these objects and gives us the formula for surface area. So for example, we know that the radius of this sphere is 10.33 inches, and the surface area formula is area equals 4 times pi times the radius squared. Now the first thing we have to do in making this calculation is we have to convert our given dimension in inches to feet. So we have to divide our inches by 12, and that will tell us how many feet we have, because we need to know this in square feet. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pick up an object. Let's say I'm going to pick up this square-based pyramid, for example, by left-clicking on it, and when I do, I get the calculation panel. And it's asking me to pick a value. So I'm going to do my calculation using the given data and the correct formula, and then it's going to tell me how many square feet of surface area my pyramid has. So I'm just going to arbitrarily select one here. So I'll select one, and then I'm going to hit submit, and it will tell me yes or no. If it's yes, then I can go on and try to use the key. If it's no, then it's going to tell me that it's wrong. So I'm going to hit submit here, and it says no, that's not correct, check your work. So the panel stays up. So as it did before in KSB 1, I can try it again. Or I can hit cancel, and when I do, then that just puts the shape back. So I can put a shape back at any time. So what I need to do is I need to solve for each of these. And when I do solve it correctly, I will get more energy points awarded. I'll get the most energy points awarded if I solve it correctly on the first attempt. I get fewer points if I solve it correctly on the second attempt. Just like in KSB 1, I don't get any extra points if it takes more than 2 attempts, but I do have to solve it because I can't use it. I can't put it into the lock until I solve it. I can also tell you that these shapes there's one set order, so they have varying surface areas, and that means that they're going to lose heat at varying rates. And there's one that's best and one that's worst and the second worst and the third worst, and those are the only order that they work in the elevator. So what I need to do is I need to solve these, pick up a key, go to the elevator, and put the key into the lock, and if it will go into the lock, that means it was correct. If I try clicking on it, then it won't accept it, which means it's the wrong key. And then I just do those as quickly as I can because I'm racing against time as well. So I'm racing against time, my temperatures are dropping, you can see over here on the right, and my objective is to do these calculations carefully so that I get the maximum energy award from doing them the first time. So what I need to do now is I need to deposit my key into the lock by just clicking on it. And when I click on the lock, then my key is going to automatically go into the lock. And when it does, now this elevator is active and I can take this elevator down. So I show you here as an example. I just step onto it, and as soon as I do, then the elevator takes me down. To go back up at any time, then I just step back onto the elevator again, and it's going to take me back up. To exit the silo and come out here to the cavern floor. So we'll just take a little bird walk over here, and we'll see that here's our cavern pit that has solvent in there. We can't get across to this other door, so the only way we can get over there is with our catapult. We've earned 3 power tubes because all of our answers were correct the first time, so we have maximum power for our catapult. So I'm going to put my character directly in the center of my catapult here. I'm going to change cameras so that I can watch him get catapulted. Now I'm ready to go. All I need to do is hit the B key, as in boy, and it's going to launch me as far as the 3 power tubes can take me. Woohoo! So off I go. I'm up on the top platform. Change my camera, go back to my regular view, and I can see that up here on this top platform there are 4 energy gems, and each of them is worth 20 points. There is no way that I can get up here if I'm not catapulted. So I can jump down, like right now I need to go down to the next level, so I'm just going to walk down there. There's no way that I can do that if I don't. I can go down, but I can't jump up. So the only way that I earn those extra energy points is by getting catapulted up there. That's my main motivation, since energy and achievements are what I'm trying to collect in the game. So I've collected all the gems on this end, and now I'm coming down to the last level, and then I'm going to go over to the door here, which will be activated. And now I've completed this level, and I'm ready to exit and go on to the next challenge, which is KSB 2C.